What is up, everybody? It's CJ Plays here, and I'm back with another Sims 3 speed build. And today I'm going to be building a house that I'm calling Midnight Manor. Now, I'm building this in Midnight Hollow. I don't really get a chance to play in this world all too often. It was literally the first world I bought on the Sims 3 website, but I don't really get a chance to play in it all too often. And it is spooky season now, so I was like, come on, CJ, let's build something in this world. Now, I do have, I think I have my lighting mod on right now, so it looks a little bit brighter, and I also had my G-shade on, so I needed to see y'all. This world's kind of dark. But anyway, this house is a 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom house, and I got the idea for this house from one of y'all. So in one of my previous speed builds, one of y'all left a really cool suggestion, basically saying that, or basically suggesting that I could build a house that kids are too afraid to approach during spooky day. So it's scary or something like that on the outside. And then the other idea was that I could have a house where an old lady lives in there and she gives king size candy bars. And I was like, oh my gosh, what if I just combine those two ideas together? So it's a scary house still. And, if you are brave enough to actually, knock on the door, you will get some really good candy. So you'll see at the very end of the speed build, I did end up putting a candy bowl on the front porch. So it's an item that comes with the store. It's free. It's a free store content item. So I ended up using that. And right now I am just putting some landscaping down. I wanted to use landscaping that came with Midnight Hollow. However, that world doesn't really have any low-lying plants that are not dead. There's no low-lying plants like the ones you're seeing right now. So I used the blue azaleas from the base game. It's a little bit too bright for my liking, but I did end up, I think it looks okay though, so I used it. And this is just me fiddling around with the trees and stuff. A lot of the stuff that comes with Midnight Hollow in terms of landscaping is literally recolored base game trees and plants and stuff like that, literally. Alright, but moving on to the inside of the home, this is the den area, and I wanted to use a lot of supernatural, so I use a lot of supernatural, I use some story content, some stuff for movie stuff, I use a lot of stuff, y'all, okay? I don't really ever limit myself when I build in Sims. Well, at least not in The Sims 3 anyway, so, I just use a lot of stuff, so I apologize if you download this and you're missing some stuff. But you will see later on in the video that I changed a lot of stuff up, especially in this room. I ended up changing the wallpaper and the colors of these couches. I really like that fireplace, especially the brick that comes with it, so I wanted to use that in this room. And you know what? I just thought about something too. I love Supernatural. It's my most favorite expansion pack, and I rarely ever use the items that come with it. I think it's because a lot of the items with this pack are heavily themed, so it's kind of situational in my opinion. You might not want it for every single build, but I do like the windows, the basic windows that come with it. I used to use those all the time. But let me know, do y'all use Supernatural? And and also too, now that we're thinking about it, what is your favorite expansion pack and what is your least favorite expansion pack and why? Because my favorite, like I just said, is Supernatural, but my least favorite would have to be Showtime. I love the careers and the active careers and stuff like that, but I just don't know, y'all. I don't know. There's a lot of problems I have with that pack. You know what? I did a video where I ranked all of my I ranked all of the Sims 3 expansion packs and the Sims 3 stuff packs. So if you want to watch those videos and hear my thoughts, I'll leave that link down below. It's kind of old, but my thoughts still stand today. But yeah, so this is just me fiddling around. I had to stop the recording a bunch of times to go through all the objects and try to place them and stuff like that. So I did cut a lot of stuff out of the video. This is just me trying to find something. I was gonna put the food bowl. Not the food bowl. I was gonna put the candy bowl on that little end table right there, but I ended up changing it and just putting that head statue that comes with Supernatural instead. And over here, y'all, this was gonna be a sunroom, but then I was like, no, why don't we have this be an alchemy room or something? Here's my thing, right? I feel like the sim that lives here is a witch. Okay, she has to be a witch, and even if she's not a witch, she practices alchemy. She's into the occult, and I feel like she probably has a thing where she charges Sims to read their fortune, because I did end up putting the little crystal ball object that comes from the store. So I ended up putting that in here. I put the cauldron, and then I ended up putting a voodoo doll in the corner somewhere in this room. So yeah, the Sim here is definitely into the occult. She's into tarot cards and stuff like that. So I feel like she probably charges Sims to, read their fortunes and stuff like that. So I also put curtains. You'll see it the archway for this room. I ended up putting curtains on the other side of it, and I thought that was kind of cool. And I play tested it so your Sims can still walk through if they have curtains on the archway. So you got that. And so this is just me going through. I wanted to use the display racks and the bug display case from Supernatural. Again, like I said, this pack uses a lot of stuff from Supernatural, so you'll definitely need that pack if nothing else. But yeah, this is just me fiddling around with it, changing up the bug display. And yo, I tried to use this rug, like the rug that you're seeing right now. I tried to use that one so bad, but this rug in particular from Supernatural is really hard to use because you can't really change, like you can color like the background of it, but you can't really like change the design of it that much, and it's kind of just hard to use. So I ended up swapping it out for one of these base game rugs. You know, I feel like the sim that lives here is kind of older. You know, she's like a grandma probably. So I wanted like a lot of like floral designs and a lot of dated patterns and stuff like that in here. I didn't want to go like overboard, but you could definitely tell somebody older lives here, if that makes sense. Or maybe like the sim that lives here just has like a, I don't know, they have like a refined palette or something like that. I don't know. And I also use like that really big plant. I think that's the one that comes, is either store I know it's store content, but I don't know what pack it came from or what set. But I really like the idea of her having like a really huge plant in here. So I put a really big plant. And this is just me putting some light fixtures. I think these lights came with pets, if I'm not mistaken. I really like using them for builds like this because they look really cool and they take up a lot of space actually. Moving on, this is like the little hallway space that kind of like, you know, you go upstairs from, you use the spiral staircase to go upstairs. So this was more so like a little like sitting area kind of. I did use a Bone Hilda coffin, and I didn't even, it was kind of funny because I didn't think about using it until I was going through all of the supernatural objects that I had. So I was like, oh my gosh, Bone Hilda coffin, we have got to use it. So I put her in the hallway. Oh, I also put that little spell book too. Y'all, that object is so expensive. Like, if you want to save some money, you might want to delete it. And I did also put a jelly bean bush like tree object in here too. Be careful because your sims could die if they eat it, so be careful with that. I've had a sim die like that before. But yeah, so this is me putting up the little crystal ball object, and I thought it was kind of fun because I don't really get a chance to use this one all too often. This of course is store content as well. Like I said, I don't really like limit myself when I do Sims 3 builds because a lot of the stuff in this game isn't properly tagged. So you know, you'll have like an object that's store content but is labeled as like a base game or something. So I don't really ever limit myself, just in an attempt to kind of keep things smooth and, you know, running along. So I use a lot of stuff, so I apologize, y'all. And this is just me trying to find a place for this tapestry. I ended up putting it upstairs, and you'll see a little bit later in the video that I did like edit it a lot, and it took me a while. I was very indecisive with this build, y'all. It took me a really long time to go through everything. I feel like having the creator style tool is like a blessing and a curse, because it's a blessing because like we can get colors and patterns and stuff like that, but it's kind of a curse because it takes a really long time to figure out what you want to do. And then the fact that you could take like designs and patterns and like some of those you can like edit, and it takes a long time to build into Sims 3. Well, I feel like that's a Sims thing in general, but especially in Sims 3, at least for me, it takes me a really long time. But this is the kitchen. I ended up using the stove and the fridge that came with Midnight Hollow, because if you didn't know, it did come with a fridge and a stove, but it did not come with any countertops. So I used those, I think they're like store content countertops, and I ended up like changing the color and stuff like that. And for some reason too, that set, I forgot what set it is it like a villa set or something? I can't remember, like a countryside set. That set did not come with any cabinets, I don't think, so I had to use like base game cabinets and recolor. So this is like one of the reasons why I really like the creative style tool, because you can get things exactly how you want them to be. Yeah, so the kitchen is a little bit small. You'll see I use some really dated wallpaper in here. So if you want to listen, if y'all want to download this and change anything, feel free. I'm not going to stop you. If you're in my Discord server and you want to change it, feel free to send me some pictures because I would love to see it. By the way, too, I have a Discord server if you didn't know. If you want to join it, feel free. I talk a lot with y'all in there. I usually do like updates there first before I do them for YouTube. So like if I'm not streaming or something like that, I'll tell everyone on Discord. We have like a lot of different like channels or tabs for a lot of different stuff, like custom worlds. We have one for custom content mods. There's a lot, so if you want to join it, feel free to. The link is in my about me on my YouTube channel, so feel free to join it if you would like to. And also too, I stream a lot of The Sims 3 over on Twitch, but a lot of y'all, I feel like you probably already know that by now, but if you didn't know, I am a streamer as well. I do like 5 streams a week, Monday through Friday. So basically any day that there's a YouTube video, that night around 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time is usually when I'm streaming. So if you want to come through and say hello, watch me stream, I would love to have you there. Also, too, like I do, so on the stream, I'm doing a Nightmare Legacy like I am doing on YouTube, but it's like with a different family, and I'm trying to do 100 generations in total. So it's kind of hectic, but it's all in good fun though, and I love it. But as you can see, this is me like changing the wallpaper in here. I changed the color of the archways. Yeah, it took me a long time, y'all. It may not look like it because it's like a speed build, so I can kind of speed things up a bit, but trust and believe, it took a really long time to get everything how I liked it. And I really love this house. You know what? I don't know, y'all. I need to use this house for something. Like, I've had so much fun building this, and I really love how this house turned out. Like, oh my gosh. But moving on, this is the upstairs section, and I figured out that I had too much space up here, so I ended up closing off the hallway and then making it into like a separate room, because I was going to use one of those 2 empty rooms that you're looking at. I was going to use those to be like the only bedroom in the house, but I was like, no, CJ, one of those rooms could be a bedroom. The other one has got to be a bathroom, because I don't know about y'all, but sometimes I forget to include a bathroom when I'm building in The Sims. Like, I don't know what it is. Or it'll be like a thing where I'm like, I build like a house and I make the kitchen, but I forget to put a stove. I don't know why. Like, I feel like sometimes, like, it's normal to forget things, but I be forgetting a lot of stuff sometimes when I build in The Sims. So, luckily for this build, okay, we got a bathroom, and we got countertops and a stove and a fridge, okay? So, I made sure. But, yeah, I don't know. It just be like that sometimes, I guess. I don't know. But, this is just like a little walk-through area. It kind of connects to all the other bedrooms. I just put a rocking chair in here. This build has like 3 rocking chairs on the inside of it. And I was going to put one on the front porch, but I was like, nah, CJ, I got to fight the urge to put a 4th rocking chair. If you want to put one, feel free to, but I just didn't. And I wanted to use those paintings that came with Supernatural. If you didn't know, some of the paintings in that pack, they actually change like the picture. So you'll know, because if you have the pack for one, you'll know, because you can look at the like the thumbnail of it in the Bill and Buy. It'll have like a purple border. I think it's purple, right? It'll have like a different color border around it, and that's kind of like an indicator to tell you that it like changes the picture. So I put a couple of those in this build, so I think that was kind of fun, because I don't really ever get to use those either, like, you know. So I wanted to, like, you know, do something kind of spooky for this one, y'all. Again, she lives here by herself, okay? She has a guest room, but I don't really think she has guests that much. Like, let's be real here. She doesn't. So I'd put a guest room. Maybe if you want to, like, you know, play in this house, or maybe like a legacy challenge or something, or maybe you just want to play in it. I wanted you to have like more than one room. So you can make this into like a nursery if you need to, or anything that you want to, honestly, y'all. Like I said, you can change this if you want. Like, I don't care. But yeah, I will leave this house linked down below, by the way, if you didn't know. I do usually do that. So if you want this house, feel free to download it. But yeah, this is just like the guest room, and I ended up putting like the dresser from Generations, I want to say, and I was going to use like the wardrobe object, but then I was like, nah, CJ, that's too big, so let's just use a dresser. Again, I did play test this build, so your Sims should be able to use everything. I did test it out on the dresser, and then this is the master bedroom. So this is where our witch lady sleeps, okay? I really wanted to use this bed from Showtime, because I don't really use not Showtime, from Supernatural, because I don't really get a chance to use the canopy beds all too often in Sims. Like, do y'all like using them? I like using the ones that don't have a roof on them. Like, because I know there's one from movie stuff that kind of has like you can't really see your Sim sleep in it from above, because it's kind of like roof at the top. I don't know how you explain it, but it has like a roof at the top of it. I don't really like using those all too often in The Sims, because I like to see my Sim sleep. I know that may sound weird, but I like to see what's going on. So usually I don't ever get a chance to use those, but and honestly, canopy beds in general, I don't really use that often anyway. I like the single beds, or just the normal double beds. So do y'all use like canopy beds? Like, let me know. So this is just me like putting a lot of stuff from Supernatural, and I did put a vanity table. So it's like a dresser in the game, but I like to think of it just like as a vanity set or a vanity table. So I have that, and I also ended up putting a chair in front of it. So I found out while I was playtesting that your Sims can't actually they can't actually get around that corner because the chair is too close, like it's too in the way. So I ended up moving it beside the window. So you know, if you want to move it back, feel free to, but your Sims cannot get around, so I ended up just moving it. I like the idea of just having a chair there. Like, your Sim wasn't, like, it's not going to slot there or anything like that, but I like the idea of just having, like, a chair close by, because maybe she was just sitting there brushing her hair, doing her makeup or something like that. You know, you never know, okay? But that's pretty much it though, y'all, for this build. I think we did everything else. Yeah, I think I talked about everything. Yeah, so that's pretty much it for this build. I ended up putting like some really nice base game curtains. I don't really get a chance to use these all too often, but none of the other curtains in the game were like big enough for this window, so I ended up just using these base game curtains, and I just made them match with the bedspread or in the rug and stuff like that. But then again, like I said, if you don't like it, feel free to change it. But I think that's pretty much everything for this build, y'all. If you did enjoy it, if you did enjoy this video, please be sure to leave a like, comment something down below. Stick around for the screenshots, because the screenshots will show you how the house will look when you go to download it. Again, like, I just want to reiterate, I did build this in Midnight Hollow. You can place this in any world that you want to. It doesn't have to be this world, but I did end up building it on, I can't think of the name of the lot, but it's like is it a 20 by something? I don't know. I have to see. I'll put it in the description though, but it is an empty lot in Midnight Hollow, so if you just want to place this down there, you should be able to. But that's pretty much it for this build, y'all. So I will see y'all in the next video. Yeah, bye. Thanks for watching. Oh, listen, if you have any other suggestions for like any other builds or anything like that, please let me know, because like this was an idea from y'all and I really liked it. So I don't know, we in spooky season, so like it could be like a spooky idea or something different. I really want to make like a haunted house or something like that, so I might do that kind of soon. But anyway, y'all, that is all that I have for this video. If you did enjoy it, please be sure to leave a like, comment something down below, and I will see you in the next video. Bye. Thanks for watching.